A few of you messaged me asking for an update about my decentralized work journey, and to be honest, not enough people are talking about this. If you're new here, I'm Alicia and I create content about decentralization, blockchain, crypto, and even code. The future of work is decentralized, and blockchain doesn't just decentralize finance, but it also decentralizes any resource that you would like to. So, for example, human resources. Last month, I sought out to find decentralized work opportunities and post them here on YouTube so you can see what is possible. In this video, I'll cover how much money I made in the past month through decentralized work, as well as how many hours I spent and the pros and cons of decentralized work. In another video, I will also show you how you can actually find these decentralized work opportunities, so don't forget to subscribe. So first off, this is not my only stream of income, but I'm only going to include income streams that come from completely decentralized sources. If you still don't understand what that means, I'll explain more at the end. So last month, I made 670 US dollars from my decentralized work endeavors, and I spent 18 hours doing it. So I actually only use one source for my income, which was from a platform called Flipside Crypto. It's a decentralized data analytics platforms focusing primarily on blockchain data analytics. I will talk more about this platform in another video, but essentially you have to create dashboards and SQL queries to answer questions about the data. So the reason why it took me so long to make that money, because I think it just depends on your speed, is the first week I had to really understand the data, their database, how the data is structured, etc. But as time went by, I actually started spending less hours per bounty that I filled. And I do have SQL experience, so that did make things easy for me. But this was super cool. Like, I had no idea that this would actually work. And as you can see in my records, I didn't actually expect to make any money doing this. So when I was, making record of things I was doing, I was like, yeah, I don't think I'll make any money. And then actually I did. And by the way, you get paid in crypto as well because it's decentralized income, right? So I got paid in Polygon, which is Matic tokens, as well as Luna tokens from the Terra blockchain because they were queries specific to those blockchains. So that was really cool. Those are two blockchains that I really like, especially Terra. So that was really fun as well. And the first week, I did convert the Matic that I received to USD, and that turned out to be 160 USD from completing one of their bounties. But since then, I haven't really been converting it. I've just kept it in the crypto form, not converting to USD, just because I can utilize it in other ways on various platforms on the particular blockchains. So I really enjoyed it. My intention was not to have a single source of income. I wanted to try different things like Gitcoin, etc. But the clock just was not clocking. I did not have the time to do it. So, in a nutshell, I was able to earn 670 US dollars and spent 18 hours doing it. But if I were to continue creating dashboards for this platform, I think I'll definitely spend less time. I can actually show you an example of a dashboard that I created so you can see my work. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Okay, so that's loading. So what was this one asking? Oh, this one was actually really fun. So Polygon is a layer 2 solution for Ethereum. So a lot of people bridge their assets from the Polygon blockchain. I mean from the Ethereum blockchain onto Polygon. And they were asking what are the top bridger destinations? Where do people go when they bridge their assets? And a lot of people would buy Ethereum, USDC, and use apps like QuickSwap, etc. So I thought this was really insightful to see. And I also saw that in the past 30 days, there were some apps, I can't remember what they were, but there were some apps that were being used. And I was like, what app is this? And it was actually a blockchain game. So that was really insightful to see that people are actually coming across the Polygon just because they want to play a blockchain game. So that was really fun to complete. So because I am enjoying crypto and I love blockchain technology and everything that's happening, it was exciting for me to do the work as well. And I get to choose which ones I fill. So let's talk about the pros and cons of decentralized work. So, what even is decentralized work? You can think about it like decentralized human resources or potentially permissionless and trustless share of skills, human labor. I don't really have a proper definition, but it's the idea of getting labor from various locations and not depending on any single entities, which can lead to a single point of failure, which could potentially lead to corruption, which could potentially lead to trust issues. If you know that data is being collected by a bunch of random people who are just incentivized to provide correct and accurate data, they're analyzing it, they're not using any bias, that probably would make you much more more likely to trust the data. So I do love the idea of decentralized work and what that can bring to just a working culture in general. But let's talk about the pros and cons. So, one of the pros is that you don't have to interview, you don't have to apply. You can literally just start working. It's as simple as you go onto the website, you see the job slash bounty that you like to complete, and you start doing the work, you submit it, and if it's good and it fits the criteria, then potentially you get paid. And I say potentially, and I'll explain why I say potentially. So, it's like, yes, if you have anxiety about interviews, if you have anxiety about preparing, if you have no idea what to say when they ask you what's your strength and your weakness, then this 100% will work for you. You are also awarded based on the work you put in. What I mean by that is no one is going to judge you for anything other than the work that you create. So if they ask you to do something and you do a really good job at it, they recognize that and they pay you for it. There is no need to worry about do they like me as a person? None of that. Simply do the work, get paid, simple as. The one thing that I really like is that you're not bound to any contracts. So if you decide one week you need to find a boost in income, then you can just look for any of these decentralized work opportunities, do it, and get paid. But you're not expected to have to come back week after week after week. And I don't know about you, but it's really easy to burn out. We're inundated in data and so many things are coming at us. So it's good to know that you can probably work a whole lot for like 1 month and probably take a break every 2 weeks because you deserve it. Another pro that I think is underrated and people don't actually realize is that you get exposure to such a large community. As you contribute to these decentralized work efforts, there are lots of people who get to see it. And again, if your work is exceptional, they may contact you, ask you to do even more things. So it might actually lead to more income opportunities. And in general, just people saying, thanks, you're super duper amazing. So if you are short of compliments, then this could also be super fun for you. With everything, there are always pros and cons. So let's talk about the cons. I would say one big con for majority of people is the idea of not having that, you know, number at the end of the month that they know that they will definitely get. When you do decentralized work, they normally have certain criteria. Some of it could be a contest. So they may only award the first 3 people, or the first 25 people, or the first 100 people. Or they might decide they're only picking the top 2 submissions, which means you have to do a really good job and you have no idea what other people are submitting. So it's hard for you to gauge what a really good job is. As a result, your income at the end of the week or month, you're not too sure what you're going to get. Maybe over time you can figure out how much you make from a particular platform and you know what your minimum is, but it still is hard for you to know for sure how much you make. I do know someone who is doing this, I believe full time, and they're making roughly around 800 to 1000 USD per week, obviously depending on the week, but that's still pretty good. Another con, so far, you don't have any sort of thing like insurance or paid sick leave. You have to work and you get paid. If you're not working, you're not getting paid. So, this is something that people who work in corporate definitely find very encouraging and they want to hold on to. Anytime you decide to be an entrepreneur or work for yourself, you know that you have to work to get things done. You have to work in order to get paid. So, this is definitely a con. And if that's not something you're interested in, if you like to have that cushion, then I can see why this may not be for you. Another con I would say is that it's probably not scalable. If you were to be an entrepreneur and you sell, candles online or something, then you make the candles or you have someone else make the candles for you. And then you put the product online and it just sells like hotcakes because maybe you have like a really slamming TikTok channel. With decentralized work, depending on the activity, or at least the activities I've seen so far, is very much based on the work you do. So you have to work the hours to get the job done. Now, of course, you probably could become really fast at things, but you still have to spend the time working to receive that money. So I would say that's another con as well when compared to other entrepreneurial efforts that you may take. And I consider this lifestyle an entrepreneurial one because you're definitely doing something that's alternative to corporate work. All in all, I really like decentralized work. I think it's a great source of income. If it's not your primary income, I can understand why you wouldn't choose it. I don't think I would choose it as my primary income just yet, but I think it's really great as side income or a way to increase your income as well as learners opportunities out there. And it may help you understand if you would like to work in blockchain as well. Maybe you do something and you enjoy it so much, so you apply to work at the company who is offering the opportunity, or maybe another company within the blockchain sphere. So I definitely encourage everyone, if you have any skill that you think can be used, whether you're an artist, whether you write blogs, whether you're a programmer, Anything you can do potentially will be available to you. So please check it out and see if it's something you would like. And like I said in another video, I will talk to you more about how you can find these opportunities and even explain this one a bit more in depth to you, the one that I did in this video or the one that I did in the past month. Anyway, this was a really fun series to start. I really enjoyed learning about the decentralized work opportunities and seeing the communities that are being created. It's really vibrant. And I think you should think about it. I think you should look into it. Let me know if this is something that you would try. Have you been thinking about leaving your main job or do you want a side job? Drop a comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends. And see you in the next one.